So I'm here with my friend in Greece, Jim Raptis, or for me Dimitris, but anyway, Jim. So we were just for coffee now, and I wanted to ask you this question because honestly I do not remember. Like, when did we meet for the first time?
Okay, yeah.
Like, how many years ago was it?
I think I've seen a presentation of you on our local accelerator. You were pitching a project about localization inside coffee shops, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't recall precisely, but the first time I heard your name was when I pumped into the Git Gardener, your first product. Back at that time, I was starting my career as a developer. So when I saw your product on ProHand, I went crazy because it was a great idea, and I was feeling jealous because I didn't think about that by myself. And
Crazy as in that you were mad? Like, what the fuck
no,
did
no,
this
no,
guy
mad.
do?
I was just surprised how you thought such a great
So
idea, because I
stupid.
was struggling
Yeah.
for around 6 months. I had a timer on my mobile phone
Yeah.
to go on GitHub and do a commit every day.
No way. And you
Yeah.
didn't think to build a bot?
Yeah. It was early. I wasn't
Oh my
an
God, that's
indie hacker back then.
I have no idea, but maybe you have to be closer to the microphone.
Okay,
But I
okay.
have no idea. Maybe
Okay.
it was okay. I don't know. So yeah, that was probably in 2018.
Yeah,
So-
maybe 2017.
No, I
Also-
built it
okay.
in. I remember exactly when I built it, because it's funny, during those years. Maybe it's even sad that I can track my life through my projects. I know, like, I launched GitHub Gardener on May 13th, 2018. Like, I remember
Okay.
fucking everything. And I remember that I made my first dollar through Git Gardener on the 2nd of June 2018.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember like everything.
I only have one timeline in my mind lately, and it's when COVID hit.
Yeah.
So it's my life before COVID and my life after COVID happened. So
For me, pre and post 2018, because 2018, we have a lot to talk about, but after 2018 was when I said, okay, fuck VC funded companies and trying to raise money and all this bullshit. Let me just build small projects. I remember what happened was that I found randomly on YouTube 2 videos, one from DHH from Basecamp and Ruby on Rails, who gave this talk, saying basically that what is wrong with the startup world. If you want to make money, just charge for money and business is simple. And then I saw this talk from Peter Levels on YouTube, and I was like, damn, maybe I can do this. So that was like the pivotal point in 2018. But before that, we were together in the same startup accelerator, right?
right, we haven't met there.
Did we meet or not? But we were at the same time.
I've just seen you presenting your idea. I think it was a quarterly presentation for all the teams.
Cringe.
But I don't remember meeting you in person.
Yeah, me neither.
I think we met 2 summers ago, something like that, because I learned about you and what you did through Twitter. So essentially, we lived 2 blocks away.
I know,
but
crazy.
we met through Twitter,
Yes.
which is crazy.
It's crazy in general, like, again, with the fucking microphone. Maybe you can pull it towards you, I don't know. But it's crazy that in now, just for people listening, we are in Greece. We are in nobody fucking knows this city, but it's the second largest city in Greece after Athens. First is Athens, then it's Thessaloniki, the city we're now, and this is my hometown and Jim's hometown as well. And there's also the founder of Andro, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah, right,
draw, right?
right. I think
Illustrations.
she used to be based in Thessaloniki. I think she
Yeah,
might
but
be still here.
It's weird that we met through Twitter, but
Yeah.
we were living in the same city. But yeah, for anyone listening, probably you know Jim already. If you know me, you probably know Jim as well, because we're in the same little bubble, I would call it, on Twitter. You run multiple projects, but for me, what is the most interesting thing about you is that many people in the indie hacking, independent entrepreneur scene tend to hate on VC funded startups for many reasons.
Yeah.
But most of the time, we don't really have direct experience on it. Whereas you have actually done both. Many people don't know this. I had no idea that.
I don't really promote it.
Yes, you have independent projects making money, generating revenue, and living through that. But you're also a co-founder of a funded startup that exited recently.
Yeah, right. I actually started my. I got into the industry of startup and the general space of building products through a VC funded product. It's called Visualize, and I actually learned everything, including design, coding, marketing. I get to know the SaaS ecosystem through this project. We started it as friends, 4 colleagues from the university, and then we raised fund, and we worked on the product for around 2 years full time. Then COVID hit. We had to put it on autopilot because we wasn't ready to raise more funds, and at the same time our money were running out because we had built a team, so we couldn't afford having them as employees anymore. So we put it on autopilot. At that point, I started working on my own products and learned what an indie hacker is, and fell in love with our little space.
Why?
I think it's the freedom you have as a solo maker, because you're responsible for everything, but at the same time you can handle how you spend your time. You don't have a VC fund on top of your head to tell you what to do or what milestone to hit, and at the same time you make money, and this money are yours. And on the contrary, when you are on a VC funded startup, it's not too clear what your goal is. Many times it's not even to make money, which is crazy if you think about it, because you are building a business and you don't care about money. And when you are indie hacker, you have all these goals, but these goals are yours too. So you have more intense feelings when you achieve all these milestones.
So for you, your funded startup, you raised around $1 million, right?
No, it was way less. It
How
was
much
around
was
300K.
$500,000, let's say.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then,
okay.
Yeah. So $500,000, and what was your objective and your goal? So you raised this money. The company, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was with AI to throw in a landing page or something like that, some kind of page.
Let's say a design. A graphic.
Let's say, yes, like a landing page or something, and it will estimate where the attention of the user will fall onto on the page, right?
We were
Like a
basically
heat map.
predicting where a user will look at your website.
Yes. So if you want to draw
the precision
attention,
were very high. It was 98%, and you could validate it by just checking a design and then comparing it with the AI heat map. It was very similar. So the full story is that initially our company was focusing on eye tracking. We were having participants look at the websites through a web camera, and we were tracking where their gazes were looking at. So we had all the data, and afterward we decided to build an AI model based on this data to predict where a user will look at without having to rely on external participants.
Extremely accurate.
Yeah, I think it was 97, 98.
So you had a fantastic
accurate
product. You had funds.
Yeah, we had the money.
What went wrong? No, actually you exited, but was that like a successful exit, or was it like an exit, like a okay exit?
I would say it was a very successful exit. If it was only one founder, if it was an indie hacker, it would be a life-changing exit.
Yes.
But for a startup of 4 people who have already raised a seed round and didn't have the full ownership of the project, it was an average exit in terms of revenue. But it was a good exit for the company.
And so now you've exited that thing. Now you're working on your own projects. I think you have like a couple that are making projects. 2, right?
Right now I have 2 SaaS products that are making money. I have a few others that are just on the side, sitting still.
Yeah. So you have Brandbird, which is I'm a happy paying customer. I think more than a year now, which is like a simple way you can.
You were one of the first customers, actually.
Yes. Okay. I'm extremely happy still. Like even yesterday I was using it for something. You basically throw in like an image and you can prepare it for any social media platform. LinkedIn, like it has all the presets, exactly the aspect ratio for each platform, the way it has to be, and it's so damn pretty as well, like with patterns. It's so funny. Like, dude, be fucking honest with me now. Were you the first person that did this, or were there others before you as well?
For my first project, Magic Pattern,
yes,
I think, if not the first one, I was one of the first that got into this specific little niche of patterns and basically pattern generation and more specifically geometric pattern generation. About Brandbird, it was of course Canva already existed and many other similar products. To be honest, I built this product because I was focusing on my Twitter audience growth, and I couldn't find a product that was specifically for Twitter. And I mean specifically like add an image and have a pretty decent post in a few seconds. So I started building the product for myself only, and realized that many other people were needing it. So I decided to build it. So to answer your question, it was not the first one, but it was the first one in this little industry of Twitter graphics. It was
the first one that was specific for Twitter,
right?
And LinkedIn or something like that. Yeah, because now I don't know if you actually we have talked about this, like the two of us, that there's so many doing similar things now. Even like big companies are incorporating it inside, like Chartmogul, for example, right? That's cool. I don't know. How do you look at that? Do you look at that as, damn, these motherfuckers, they're stealing me? or is it like that? I don't know, like that's cool or something.
It's that big dilemma when someone gets an idea by your product and either decides to add it as it is, like I used to say like a copycat, or takes this idea and enhance it even more, incorporates in their own products, or use it as a feature, as an extra feature for their own product, which is like flattery. But to be honest, every time I see someone doing something that very, very close to my products, I feel annoyed at first.
Yes.
And I still don't feel flattered.
No, dude, I never understood that. When people say it's the biggest compliment, why is it a compliment?
Yeah,
Why is it?
it's just annoying.
For me, it's nothing, honestly. Like, it's not even annoying, but I don't understand the compliment. Like, why are you flattered? It's not, to me, it's not flattering. It's just not, at this point now, I don't even care about it, but it's for different reasons.
Yeah, many people tend to think that copycats is a competition, and that when they copy you, you really mean that I don't want any competitor. But there are two entire different things, because a competitor is pushing you to build a better product. A copycat just copies what you did, even the copies. I have some products that are literally stealing elements from a product.
Yeah, I know.
And I know that because I designed them, and I then see them on my direct competitor.
Yeah.
Or even one of them copied my exact typos.
Yes,
Which
one
is,
copied
just funny.
my testimonials.
Even worse.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
there's
you
like-
win.
I give up. It's. But what would you prefer, like copycats, which are not scary at all, honestly, because
Indeed.
all of them have quit that copied me, or every single one of them, or would you prefer a strong competitor?
I think I would go with the second, with a strong competitor.
You would love it.
Yes, because I actually had 2 to 3 products that copied the value proposition of Branded, but transformed it to another platform.
Yes, I love when that people do that.
Yeah.
Like, they do cyber leads for something different.
Yeah.
Dude, I even want them to win, like,
One
do
of
your
them
thing.
built a Chrome extension, for example, and he built a great product. So I couldn't be angry for them,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
And it actually pushed me to make my product better. So in the end, it was beneficial for me as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is very interesting. How many products have you built in general since you started? And when did you start? When did you build, like, your first product?
I think it was on 2018.
Yeah.
It was just a simple tool for designers to create a color palette, and it was completely free, of course. And my first actual product, and by actual product I mean that I charged money for it, was Magic Pattern at the summer of 2019, I think.
Or was it 2019 or 2020?
2020, yeah.
Yes,
Because
I think
it's
it was
2 years old
Yes.
right now.
It's. We were talking about this earlier, like when we started, like in 2018, more or less the same period. Like, at that point, the only thing you could find on indie hackers or Twitter were like developer. Like, the archetype of independent entrepreneur was a developer who built a SaaS and made passive income. And we all followed it. Like, you started
blindly.
Yes, blindly. But you still run your SaaS products. If you were to start today, would you still build a SaaS tool?
I'm not sure actually, because I love building SaaS products because it's a challenge for my developer self. So I love the process, but right now I don't believe it's the most efficient way to go from zero to ramen profitability or a life-changing amount of money per month.
Yes.
Personally, I would prefer. I would start freelancing right now. If I had to start from zero, I would just freelance a couple of hours per month. Per month.
Yes.
And I believe I would have the exact same outcome in terms of revenue, but with way less stress and effort compared
Absolutely.
to building a SaaS, especially a B2C SaaS.
Yes, like my 2-3 podcasts ago, I was talking to my friend that I met in Las Palmas, Ercole, and dude, he doesn't have any successful project yet. He will soon, probably, but he works as a freelancer for 2 hours per day, and then he just closes his laptop and lives his life.
Yeah.
And he's making way more than what I made after 3 years of building SaaS products. I think SaaS, we were talking about this like literally like an hour ago. I think for SaaS you need like a 9 out of 10 entrepreneur skill level to build like a successful SaaS,
Right.
or 9 out of 10 luck
Yeah.
as well, both. For an agency, maybe you need like an 8 or 7.5. And just to freelance, I think you need like a 6 out of 10 skill set. Like you just have to, like you said earlier, like just send a few DMs and learn like a skill that is valuable.
Learn a
and that's
skill
it.
and just you don't even have to be perfect. You just have to be 8 out of 10 in terms of a specific skill, like building landing pages.
Yes.
I build landing pages for startups, and I can produce a pretty average result. But if you are comfortable in communication with your client and you can deliver what you told them that you're going to do for them in the beginning, and you do that in time, you're most probably gonna have a ton of money in your life.
Yes, and like what you said, like you don't have to be the best. I just realized because I hired a VA to help me with some life stuff and also business stuff. Dude, when I was interviewing VAs, I didn't care if she was the best or he was the best VA in the world. Why would I care? The only thing I cared was, is he or she competent enough, and is he or she trustworthy?
Yeah.
Like, can I trust that? That's it. And I think it's the same with everything. Even Cyberlease, do I have to be the best at outbound? No,
No,
I have to be good
so.
enough, and people trust me because of my personal brand, and I cannot keep up with the requests I get. I think it's the same.
You always have to deliver the expected result, but
Yes.
many people think that they have to be the best
Yes.
in order to even start, not go from average to top star, I'll say. But you don't really need to be the perfect.
No.
You just need to have the job done, and you're gonna get better day after day. So eventually you're gonna end up being the best on what you do.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a specific skill that you're working at.
Yeah, because time goes by so quickly. Like 2018,
Yeah.
that was almost half a decade ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Can you believe?
Let's
Mickey
have-
wants something.
Yeah, Mickey, my dog wants something. Let's have a 1 minute break. Sorry. Yeah. Mickey.
Τι θέλει? No.
Sorry, Phil.
Καθόλου. And we're back.
Okay, we're back.
By the way, it's not really strange talking in English for some reason. It's just
Yeah,
like-
no, I didn't expect that.
Me neither. It's the first
I
time.
was thinking that you would have to record 2 to 3 times, especially the beginning, but
No, I think
Yeah,
it's cool.
it's okay.
But yeah, 2018 was like half a decade ago. Where are you? Like, I don't know if you want to disclose. Honestly, if you don't want to, don't. Like, where are you on your journey? What was your goal when you started in 2018? And where do you want to go in another 4 years, for example, from now?
I think from the first day I started indie hacking, and I started to believe that it's going to be my professional job for the professional. Yeah, you know what I mean. In the next couple of years, my goal was to reach 5K MRR from SaaS products.
How did you come up with that number?
I think I'm very close to hit that goal by the end of the year. in combination of all my projects. And in this goal, I'm not including any freelance income because
Okay.
I wanted to have the passive income experience,
Yeah.
which essentially is a lie, but yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
And yeah, right now I'm very close to into hitting that goal. And because you asked about my next one,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really have a next milestone in terms of revenue. Right now, I'm very comfortable with the amount of money my project make, basically on the side, and I live a great life, so I don't want to sacrifice this freedom and the peace of mind that I have in order to chase a milestone like 1 million ARR or something like that is gonna exhaust me.
Yeah.
I might hit it or not, I don't care, but it's not gonna change my life drastically. It's gonna be just a Twitter post that I hit 1 million ARR, and yeah, that's all. It's not gonna change my life to the best.
So you are spending as much as you would like to spend? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how did you come up with 5K? And with your lifestyle now, like, if you made 10K, what would change?
I think it was pretty random.
Yeah.
I live in Greece permanently, so my monthly needs are very low. I mean, the base salary is 700 euros, which is way less.
And they increased that. It was lower, I think.
They are going to increase that.
It's not yet 700.
No.
Okay.
So I said that if I 5x this amount, I'm gonna live comfortable.
Yes.
But in reality, after a specific point, you cannot change many things in your daily lifestyle. So if I go from 5K to 10K, I don't think I'm gonna change. Maybe even anything. I might just go for a fancier dinner once per week or something like that, which is not necessary, even necessary.
No.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Like, what is your lifestyle now, and what is your ideal lifestyle, or is it the same thing? What do you do in a typical day? Like, how long do you work on your project, stuff like that?
Right now, and I've changed that the last year, because I used to work, especially during COVID, because we had quarantines and stuff like that. I used to work more than 10 hours per day. I was literally all the day in front of my computer and working on my project, which was good for the specific time period, but at some point it exhausted me. So last year I decided to put my personal life on top of my products.
Mm-hmm.
So on a typical day, I wake up in the morning, go with a walk with my girlfriend and my dog, and then I hit the gym, and afterwards I come home around 10 a.m. and start working on my project. Normally until 6 o'clock, when I turn off my laptop, and I'm gonna do something with my friends, my girlfriend, or do a hobby of mine.
So you still work 8 hours per day? 10 to 6. Okay, with breaks and food and all of that.
Yeah, it's funny
stuff.
because I started working a lot less, like 4 to 3 hours per day. And I realized that I can do many things because all my friends work, my girlfriend works. So essentially I have to wait till 6 o'clock in order to meet somebody else.
Yeah.
So I ended up just scrolling on my phone or doing procrastination things. So
Yeah. It's interesting because even though I have also noticed that with me, that even though you have absolute, in quotes, absolute freedom, you still have to conform to social norms. Like an example is that during the weekend, even though I could, and if you think about it, I should work because I work less during the week, and for me, it's not really a weekend, it's just another day. I end up not working because all my all my customers are not working, so I don't receive any email, so I'm less stressed, so I end up conforming to that weekend thing. Or if I want to go on holidays, I went on holidays in August in Greece. Why would I do that? I can go on holidays if I want in May, but you still do that because your friends are working in the corporate world. So it's interesting that even though we have freedom, we still conform to like 8 hours.
Yeah,
like you're still working 8 hours.
I have a break around noon to cook a lunch or just relax. So it's not really 8 hours. I think it's 4 to 5 hours maximum of deep work. So, but in a sense, I'm just following the norm.
Yes.
Because I can't do anything else.
Yeah, you have to.
But it's okay. It's positive if you have something else to do, like visit a store to buy something, and you don't have to wait till 6 o'clock to go there. You can go in the morning when nobody is there, and you're gonna take advantage of your freedom.
Yeah, or if you want to go on holidays, whenever your girlfriend has time off, boom, let's go. You don't have to synchronize everything.
Also, that's why I hit the gym in the morning, because every other time during the day it's crowded and I cannot work out and enjoy my workout.
Yeah.
So I adapt my life, I adapt my working hours to my life needs.
Yeah, and like we were talking about, if you let go, right, all your projects, you work literally 1 hour per day. What do you think happens? Because you said something about passive income before, and I'm interested in what you mean. Like passive income is a myth, you said.
Passive income is a myth if you want to start a SaaS because you heard that a SaaS makes money while you sleep, which is a lie, especially if you've just started working on the project. It's not a lie. It's just not the reality, because you have to work all the day without getting paid, and you're getting paid in the night when the customers use your product. And I think it's a myth because you put a lot of effort in the beginning of a SaaS product when you start to automate and build the product, and you essentially have to do everything. So after a few months, you might have revenue on autopilot, almost on autopilot, but you also worked all this time before.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you have sacrificed other opportunities which might be even more beneficial for you. So that's why I think it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, because sometimes if you think about it, let's say we've all seen like the stereotypical owner of a business that just walks in and he walks out, and everyone is like, this motherfucker isn't even working. He's not doing anything. We are doing everything.
Yeah.
But if you zoom out and you count up the hours he has worked, maybe it averages like he's still working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You build up a company or Cyberleads. I don't know how many 12-hour days I have spent building Cyberleads. But let's say in year 4, like in 2 years from now, I have made 2-3 hires, and it's basically running with me working a couple hours per day. Someone could see that and say, oh my God, that is passive income. But to get to that point, you have to pay.
Make a lot of
you pay for it.
sacrifices.
Yes.
And it's not on. It's mostly your time, and when you sacrifice time, it's you need to be. You don't have to spend your time. You need to spend your time wisely, because you don't get back time. So you need to work on the right thing at the right time.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just losing.
Do you worry about that? Do you think about that? Like, how old are you now?
I'm 26.
Okay.
So maybe that's why I don't think a lot about it.
No.
But eventually I'll have to worry.
Yeah. Like, I was with a friend a few days ago and I saw on his head some white hairs.
And you went crazy?
No, not crazy. I don't really think about it anymore now. I used to think about it more when I was a bit young and a bit lost. Like, what am I going to do? And, we've all had friends that are... I don't want to make it about the corporate world, because sometimes you can have like a great work-life balance and a great life, and you can travel and you can do whatever you want to do. But usually there is a correlation between, like hours that you work and your work-life balance and your happiness levels, and of course like the amount of money that you make. Because usually, like, even though we have invested all this time in the past and worked way more than our friends, now we're working less and making more than them.
Yeah, that's pretty...
It's weird, right?
Weird and sad at the same time, because we work from our home a couple of hours per day, doing something that's very easy, at least for us, because we've been doing this for so many years. And at the same time, there are other people working way harder than us and making the bare minimum to survive. So it's a big difference.
Yeah, there is. And, like, we haven't found the perfect system. This may be the best that we have, like capitalism and free market, but it's not fair. Like, if you think about it, like, it's not possible for me. Like, I'm in my 20s and I'm in the 1% of the world. Like, that is weird. And some people, they say like it's fair because you're providing a service to so many people. But I feel like it's
don't
sad.
Feel that.
No, me neither, dude.
I just feel that I was lucky.
Yes, exactly.
Because I made some specific choices, like going into the tech world. I could have chosen any other thing.
Yes.
Actually, when I was 18 years old, I wanted to become a football player. I had an injury, so then I wanted to open a gym and become a coach. And I would have a completely different lifestyle. Yes. And I'm sure I wouldn't be here with you today.
I know. And I wanted to be an architect. And I didn't. Like, I would be literally a different person. It is a lot of luck.
Yeah.
And that you like it, because other people, we studied with other people. There were more people at that startup incubator, but they didn't want it as much. So it's both, of course. But
it's a combination of following something that you like and you're good at it. And at the same time, it's a skill that the market needs and wants. So they have the amount of money to pay you to provide this service or skill.
And I don't know, like, for example, like if Git Gardener didn't end up on number 3 on Product Hunt on that day, which was my first like breakout moment of, oh my God, like I can do this, or I didn't make my first $1, maybe I would have quit as well. So maybe there's even luck with that we call determination, that you were lucky because you had like a feedback loop, like an early win. And you got momentum and you fell in love with it. Whereas if you didn't, you would give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Maybe it's
I'm a bit
a
more,
lot more luck.
optimistic that the more opportunities you create, the more lucky you become.
yes.
Because if I had built 3 products and then quit, I wouldn't be here today. But essentially, I continued, built 10 or 15 products, and my 15th, for example, was the lucky one.
It was number 15.
No, it's random
Okay.
numbers, but it's just an example that
Yes.
you have to continue till you find the lucky product, your lucky moment.
Yeah, exactly. And like, what is in the future for you now? Like, what do you want to do? Is there anything you want to change in your lifestyle? Do you want to travel? Do you want to become a nomad? Like, do you want to settle down and have kids? Like, what do you want to do now?
Right now, I think my first goal is to travel. I want to travel as many countries as I can, and I've traveled a lot in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to visit Asia and North America, just like you. South America.
South America. Yes.
So my goal for the next couple of years is to travel as much as I can.
Why?
Because I love meeting new places and people, and it helps me to see how others are. It helps me to see other things and how they work, how the people speak and interact with you. Every specific country has their own way to treat you, so it's very helpful for me to meet these new worlds, and they help me evolve into a better person.
Any places you have in mind, like in Latin America?
I want to visit Mexico.
Mexico. When? Yeah. Do you know? Next year,
don't know.
maybe?
I don't think so, because I want to visit Norway or Iceland first, and then I want to go somewhere in Asia. And afterwards, I want to go to South America.
Maybe we meet in Asia, because I will
Yeah.
go to Asia next year as well.
Hopefully.
Dude, thank you so much for this.
It was a pleasure.
Yes, always. Maybe we do it again, because every
Yeah,
few
why
months I'm here in Greece to visit my father. So maybe we do it again.
Yeah,
And
I
maybe
hope
we-
so, to see how we progress toward our goals.
Yeah, why? But you don't have any goals, though.
Yeah, but
But you
You're
still
right.
want to progress.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I want to see
where
that
we're at.
I'm not the same person that I was 6 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that is
Because always
interesting.
your mindset changes.
Yeah, if you don't cringe at your past self, I think. Imagine these podcasts, man. Oh my god. Like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I see this podcast in 2 years, I'll be, oh my god, I was so stupid. But anyway, yeah.
Hope
let's
we
do
won't
this
say
again.
that.
Yeah, let's see. Or hopefully I do. Okay.